Hi, this is Nin from NiNDesigns, part of the Keswick Arts and Crafts team. Today I'm going to show you how to do what I call the interrupting the twisted 1x1 ribbed tubular long tail with an extra knit stitch. What it does is it creates a break in the cast on. So here we have the regular twisted 1x1 long tail tubular cast on right here. See how it flows around the edge very beautifully. But what we have now is a break, because then we have two plain knit stitches. And then we continue on with our special ribbing. So I'm going to show you how to do a break in your cast on so that you can get that effect and have it start right at the very beginning, which I just think gives it a really polished and nifty kind of look. Okay, so you've probably already watched the tutorial on how to do the twisted 1x1 ribbed tubular long tail cast on. If not, just pop over to my blog at nindesigns.blogspot.ca and go to tutorials and give that a view. The setup is essentially the same. So we've got our slip stitch will be our purl. That's our first. Now I'm using straights today, but you can certainly do this on a circular. Normally I do it on a circular because I'm going to be joining in the round, but just for this demonstration today I thought I would do it on straights. So that's our first stitch. So now we need to do a knit, and as you remember, you can see how the knit has like the two open legs, and it's oriented backwards on this first part of the setup. There's three parts to this cast on. There's a purl, there's a knit, a purl, a knit, purl. Now my next one is going to be the two knits. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a stitch marker here to help me to see where I've, come on, there we go. I'm just going to hang a stitch marker so it helps me to see my two knits in a row a little easier. Okay. So I'm going to do the first part, which is just the regular knit. See how its legs oriented like that? Now if I just try to do another knit, whoops, won't work. See how that it doesn't catch that baseline thread? So we need to do something to get it to catch. And what I do is I simply twist the two legs, like of the long tail. So what was over thumb will now be over index. What's over index will be over thumb. So I just simply twist. See how that extra twist went in there? And then when I go do another knit, it is joined. It's not going to come apart on the wrong side row. So now I'm going to do a purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. I'm going to put another stitch marker. There we go. Okay, just another stitch marker to show where we are. And then I'm going to do the first knit. And again, you can see how its legs are open. I'm going to twist those tails so I can do another knit. And I'll purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. I think I'm going to end with two knits. So again, I'm going to twist the tails, put that extra twist in so that I can do the knit. There. So I'm going to leave off that, and I'm going to turn my work. And of course, it's always good to remember which one is your working piece of, which tail is your working yarn, because you don't want to have use the wrong tail. Okay, so now you can see on the wrong side those knits become purls. So every time I have two purls together, I am going to purl them just as I would normally purl, which is different for the ribbing. So yarn's in the front. I'm just going to purl those two purl stitches that are together. There we go. So those are the two purls. For the knit, we knit through the back of the loop, swing the yarn forward. This is just a simple purl right here in the ribbing. So as usual, we're just going to yarn in front, slip purlwise, yarn to the back, knit through the back of the loop of the next one. Go. Oh, and there we are. We're back to our two purls. So I'm just going to purl those as usual. Move my marker and knit through the back of the loop, bring forward and slip the ribbed purl section. You don't have to use stitch markers if you don't want to, but I find it just handy to see. So here I am back again with my two purls. Come on, focus. There we go. So I have my two purls. I'm just going to bring my yarn forward, purl those in a regular fashion. Bring yarn to the back, knit through the back of the loop, and continue on with that special ribbing, like so. So now we do the last part of that setup round for our long-tail tubular cast on with a twisted rib and the interrupted stitches. So my first stitch is part of the ribbing. So as usual, we're going to slip with the yarn in front because it's a purl stitch, yarn to back, knit through the back of the loop because we are doing a twisted 1x1 ribbed, and now we are coming up to our stitch marker, so we know that we are going to knit, just regular knit, those next two stitches. See? Just regular knit. And then bring yarn to the front, slip the purl, knit through the back of the loop, the ones that are part of the rib. Okay, we're up to our next stitch marker. So these two are going to be knit, just normally. There we go. And then we twist, slip and twist where they're supposed to be. And the last two were knits, so we're just going to knit those as normal. Okay, so at this point, you can see how we've got a really nice setup here. Okay, so we've got our two knits here that are just regular knit, and then we've got our ribbing, which is the long tail 1x1 twisted tubular. And see how it flows around. And at this point, because for this particular pattern, if I was to be joining in the round, at this point I would join in the round, and when I go around the next time, all of those purls that I had been slipping will now be just regular purls. But I would continue to knit through the back of the loop to get that twisted 1x1 ribbing, and I would just do regular knit where my regular knit stitches are. Okay, so that's how you do this particular cast on. And again, it's nice to have something new in your cast on repertoire, just to add a little bit of pizzazz to your knitting, and just to start your project off right from the very beginning with a pattern on the cast on. Okay, so this is Nin from NiNDesigns, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and have a good day.